Hi everyone, I'm Jodi. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad that you've stopped by today. And if you are looking for a fun, simple, step-by-step tutorial on how to get a beautiful, bronzy summer glow, no matter what skin type you have, and with drugstore products, then you have come to the right place. I'm going to walk you through this look, every step that I took, and share with you every product that I used. And as always, all these products will be linked in the description box below in case you're looking for more information on them. So if you are ready for a quick, simple tutorial, put me on pause, get in front of your makeup, and let's do it together. This is one of my absolutely favorite looks for summer because it just says summer goddess. At least on my own mind it does. Maybe to no one else outside of my mirror does it say that, but I like it because it works well with almost any summer outing that you have. Now you want to always start, you guys know this, with good hydrated skin. Even if you have oily skin, a good mattifying moisturizer that will help absorb some of your oil is your best bet. If you have dry skin or combination skin, a nice moisturizer after your sunscreen is a must-have for any dewy, glowy skin, even if you want a bronzed look. So I'm going to use the L'Oreal Collagen Moisture Filler. This is a good one for Amazon Prime Days. So for those of you that order off Amazon, Amazon Prime Days are coming up. So if you want me to put together like my favorite Amazon Prime Day purchases, let me know in the beauty space and I'll be happy to do that for you. That's one of the things I would definitely get because it hydrates your skin. It plumps your skin. It gives you just a nice dewy base to start your makeup application from. And that's one of the reasons I love it. But even on days that I don't wear makeup, I still put this on after my sunscreen just to give me that nice glowy look. But it doesn't make my forehead, where I'm more oily, it doesn't make that look excessively shiny when I don't put foundation on it. So it's a good moisturizer for all different skin types. I'm going to apply one pump of the L'Oreal True Match Nude. I have it in color 4.5 with one pump of the L'Oreal True Match Nude Glotion in color 903. Then blend them together nicely with another brush, and then I like to use the brush to put the most concentration of this formula right on the heights of my cheeks, across the bottom of my face, and then right across my forehead. And then because of the size of this brush, I like to go right into the corner of my nose because that's the most difficult place for me to get. Then I'll take my damp beauty sponge and just press that cocktail of tinted moisturizer and that glotion, which does have a sheer coverage to it, and blend that everywhere. The L'Oreal True Match Nude is a tinted moisturizer, so it's gonna give you sheer to medium coverage. It is somewhat buildable, but if you build it too much, I found that it gets a little cakey. So if you prefer a more medium coverage, then I would recommend just starting out with a medium to full coverage foundation. But again, because it's summer and I like more of a tinted moisturizer look, that's why I reach for that True Match Nude. So you can start to see a little bit of that glow come through from that glotion, which is one of the reasons that I absolutely love it. Next, I'm going to use the Maybelline Instant Rewind Eraser. This is in color 147.5, and I want to contour just a little bit right up through the forehead area, just to pull that hairline a little bit forward. And I'm going to hold the brush way back here so that I have a light handle on it, and I can really move that product around and blend it across the hairline. And then I want to avoid putting it right through this side of my face where my face has already lost collagen. I don't want that to look any more shadowed, so I really want to keep that contour above the indentions in that temple area. We'll do the same on this side. And this is the part that always looks just a little bit crazy. You don't have to do this part if you don't like to contour. I just like to have a little bit of shadowing, I guess, up through this part of my face to minimize the distance or the appearance of distance between my hairline and my eyebrows. I really love using that Instant Rewind because of how this is not sponsored. I always feel like I have to say that when I say I really love something because it sounds like I'm pushing the product, and I'm not. Maybelline is not sponsoring this video. I just like the way that product blends out. And then just go and blend out the line across your forehead, and you can always go back in with your damp beauty sponge and just press it out so that it looks as though you just have some natural shading there. All right, now I want to add some concealer because my under eyes need it. I'm using the e.l.f. Hydration Camo Concealer, and I'm just going to put a little bit on my fingers and dab it right through there wherever I see a little bit of discoloration, purpleness, whatever you have coming through. This stuff will cover a lot of different things. I've highlighted this one in a couple videos before, as well as a Friday face-off, and it performed very well. And e.l.f. is cruelty-free. They also make a 16-hour one if you don't want the extra hydration that works very well. It's called the Camo Concealer. It's also very nice. It's a little bit thicker, I have found, so if I need a real glam look, that's when I reach for that 16-hour Camo Concealer. And then take anything that's extra on my fingertips and go across my eyelids just so I can neutralize that as well and get rid of some of those dark areas. So hopefully you're doing this with me and you can see the look starting to come together. It is so hot in here, you guys. That's the one downside of filming in summer, is you can turn the air conditioning up as much as you want because I'm in here with all these lights, but then the rest of the house is freezing, so I tried not to do that, but so forgive me if I just have to drink some water. And no, this is not a Stanley cup. Can we just talk about that for a second? What is happening when people are running out buying these cups? That simple modern one was $29. It's also 40 ounces. It also sits in a cup holder. It also comes in great colors. It's also waterproof. It also is leak proof. I'll link this down below in case any of you have saw that Stanley one and thought, oh my gosh, I must have that. I'm not anti-Stanley. I'm anti-spending money when you don't need to and you get a very similar product. And Amazon Prime days are coming up, I'm just saying. So in terms of eyebrows, we're just gonna go really soft and fluffy, which is a trend for summer. So I like to just start by combing my eyebrows up. And this is always a good time to do any extra little trimming if you need to. I don't want to do too much to them, just give them some shape that they're missing, but I'm not going to add a ton of extra volume, just some little extra hairs. You know, those hairs that we used to pluck out. For a long time I used the eyebrow pencil by Pure, and I love that one. It's just that I found that as I've worn my hair a little bit lighter, the darker color is too dark and the blonde is a little bit too warm. So now I've been using this Anastasia and I love it. Now I like to set my brows, especially if it's gonna be hot outside. If you don't have a setting gel for your brows, no worries. Just take a little spritz of hairspray on your spoolie and go right up through your brows. It's just like putting hairspray on your hair. If you do that a lot, you'll want to find one that does not contain alcohol, or else you're just going to dry out your eyebrow hairs, and we want to treat them as delicately as possible so they stick around for a while. So if you do prefer to do that, grab your hairspray that is non-alcohol. To finish the majority of this look, I'm going to use the Milani Eye Cheek and Face palette. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's got a really beautiful highlight. It's got a nice bronzer, a couple different blushes that you can choose from. It's a very versatile palette and works on a lot of different skin tones. It has 4 matte colors and 3 shimmer. Today I'm going to use this matte blush, and then I'm going to use these 2 as highlighter and eyeshadows. A little bit of blush. And I want to start that blush right about where my eye ends and on my cheekbone. So right about there, and go up, but not to the hairline. And you'll see in a second why I wanted to place it right where I did. So just real soft blush look. Next, I want to grab a fluffy eyeshadow brush and go into that highlighter and just go right in the front of that blush, almost in the apples of your cheek placement. So more in a circle than a stripe. And then I like to go back in with my blush brush and just blend that out so that there's no harsh stops and starts with that highlighter. Next, I'm going to grab a medium-sized fluffy tapered brush and go right into that bronze color. I'm going to use the matte one. Get rid of any of the excess on your brush, holding the brush at the end because that allows the lighter hand and the least amount of color deposit, and go into that outer corner and just come in where there's already a crease. If you have hooded eyes, this is a fun look for you as well. You can just put this right on top of that area that covers your eyelid to create a crease. And I want to bring that shadow up to the crease and then just a little bit as it starts to curve back down. I don't want to bring it all the way in to the bridge of my nose. We'll do the same on the other side. And I want to keep that bronzer off of my eyelid because I want to keep that as bright and as light as possible because we are going to put some of that highlighter that we put on our cheeks on the lid. So we don't want to have it look muddy by mixing it with any of this bronzer. Next, I want to take that same brush with that same bronzer and deposit the color of the bronzer on the tip of the brush, getting rid of any of the excess, and put that right underneath your blush, just really ever so lightly on both sides. Less about contouring, more about adding a little bit of that bronzer glow to your skin without putting it all over, because then it can look a little bit overdone. And then picking up the same brush that you used to put on your blush, just go over it again. You're almost under sculpting, if you will, but just making it a nice soft look where it all is very blended and melted together. You can also use that across your jawline if you want to sculpt that out just a little. I just try not to do too much sculpting or contouring and highlighting if I'm going to be out in a normal setting in a normal day. Today my nephew has a swim meet, so I'll be out with my brother and my sister-in-law out by the pool all day watching him swim. So I don't want to look overdone. I don't want to look like I've tried way too hard for makeup. In fact, I don't really even want to look like I have too much makeup on at all, which is one of the reasons we're almost done with this look. With a medium-sized eyeshadow brush, I'm going to pick up that same highlighter that we used on the apples of our cheeks, tap off any excess, and put that right across my eyelid very lightly. Now, we all know that as we age, shimmer eyeshadow is not really our friend. It can settle into fine lines, creases. You can use an eyeshadow primer if you prefer. I don't like to do that. I just don't like to add more layers in a hot summery day. So I just like to give a little bit of kiss of glitter. I'm not trying to get a whole glittery look here. Just enough to pop the eyes without knowing why they're popping. Yeah, let's go with that. Next, I'm gonna grab a small smudging brush, back to the same color that we used as the bronzer, deposit the color right at the very tip of the brush, and just sculpt out underneath your eye right at the lash line, stopping where your natural lashes stop on both the beginning and the end of your eye. Next, I'm going to grab the NYX eyeliner, and this is in Burnt Sienna, and I want to really emphasize my lash line with this look, so I'm going to go a little bit thicker than I normally would from that outer corner where my lashes start all the way to the inner corner. All the way until the curve of my eye starts to curve down, and that's where I'm going to then thin out the line. So a little thicker on the outer corner and then thin as we go in. By adding a little bit of eyeliner to the root of my lashes, you can see how thicker my eyelashes already appear, and we haven't even touched the mascara yet. Now from here you can pick up your smudge brush again and smudge that line, which is what I'm going to do so that you get the benefit of that extra color towards the root of your lashes, but you don't have the harsh line of an eyeliner. It just plays nicely with the soft summer bronze look. So from here I'm just going to add a few coats of the I Love Extreme Mascara, which is waterproof by Essence. I love this one, and I know many of you do too. We discovered the power within this tube during a Friday face-off, which I will link at the end of this video if you have not seen it and you're looking for a good waterproof mascara. You can either watch the video or you can just take my word for it. It's right here. It's a good one. It's a really good one. Now the brush is very large, which is one of the things I love about it, but if you're gonna use it on your lower lashes, then you may need to pick up your spoolie from your eyebrow brush and just go through and comb them out. You can imagine what this on your lower lashes wiggling would look like. And to complete the look, I'm gonna use a little bit of lip gloss. This is Buxom White Russian. It's one of my favorite for summertime. And if you like that 90s look, a little darker lip liner, it's perfect for that. It gives a hint of color, a little bit of plumpiness, and you are set. Just like that, your bronze goddess look is all put together for whatever you have planned for the day. You can always play this up with a more intense blush. You can go with false lashes. You go with a little brighter or bolder lip. There's a lot of different variations, but if you start with something pretty simple like this, there's a lot of different ways to take this look and add your own special touches, and I hope that you do. Well, that does it for me, you guys. All these products will be linked in the description box below. And again, don't forget to leave me a comment if you'd like to see a Prime Days video, because that is, I think, less than a week away. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.